Hello and welcome to episode 7 of Alternate History of the World. Let's get into it. So, last episode, many things happened, including the Germans officially deciding, you know what, we're going to release our colonies, and we're only going to keep some areas of America, southern parts of Africa, and some Southeast Asian areas. Yeah, it's a pretty big event. And today we're going to be seeing what happens in the world. So, another thing that we're going to talk about is Alex Einstein. Alex Einstein, right now, as of now, currently rules the German Empire. If you don't know him, watch the alternate Future of the World series, you know. And, well, he just sent out a message. He wants to go look at his Wixo world. His world that he made a while ago. The what if civilization started over. He looks at it, and he realizes this is not what he wanted of it. So he's going to send messages over there and artifacts proving that he doesn't want the world there. Who knows when those will arrive? But let's get into alternate history. How will these colonies decide to divide themselves, you may ask? Well, let's start with the division of Alaska, because Alaska, in this scenario, is going to become an independent state. The independent state of Alaska is going to become a thing. And this is going to be the first one to declare independence. And Germany doesn't care. As they already have all the resources exported out, but the second state is going to be this Quebec country, which is also going to include this island. Yeah. Yeah. And the third area that declare independence, all the Western African areas here. And how will these be divided up? And this is how these areas are divided. For Western Australia, New Zealand becomes independent, and like these two areas will just be one. Yeah. And the rest of these Southeast Asian areas are just going to be the same. Except, remember, all these areas here are still German. Yeah. But the rest of these, this island, this island becomes independent, so does this one, and this one, and this one. And these ones are split between all three of these. And Myanmar also declares its independence. And, well, that basically makes Germany less big, but Germany doesn't care. Time to go back to our daily Italian update. As Italy's colony over here in Libya is going to fully declare independence from, well, Libya. From Italy. Yeah, Italy. As the rebellion in Libya is pretty big, and it just eventually forces the entire colony to be gone. And now officially Italy is pushed back to just Italy. And who knows what's about to happen next? Welcome to the Italian Civil War. As Corsica and Sardinia are going to be rebelling away from the Italians, and this officially starts the Italian Civil War. As the rebellions will be quickly spreading to Sicily and the Naples southern Italian area, and the civil wars look like this. The Italians are going to be starting by going into Corsica and quickly recapturing the island and starting the recapture of Sicily. Let me have the alliance later on. Yeah. As well, rebellions will also start spreading up north, and well, this is going to be a pretty strong rebellion. But then, oh no, try to guess what's going to happen next. Really? Germany? Really? Well, this is the strongest person in human history to rule this country, so the one that can clone universes, so Germany's invading into Italy, as these areas will just be destroying the Italians. We're being destroyed by the Germans. And, well, Italy's just gone, as the Germans make massive landings and fund these rebellions. And eventually, Rome is taken and Italy is forced to surrender. And we can look at the Treaty of Berlin. And this is what the treaty gives. So, Germany is annexing northern parts of Italy and Corsica, Sardinia is independent, and and well, all of these are independent. Yeah. And time to go stay in Europe because some pretty big events are happening over in Britain. As a reunification is happening in Ireland. or just the British Isles. As these, the Welsh and the Scottish will also reunite in order to form Britain. But not just Britain, the Irish will be joining the Circle Alliance, and the British will be joining the Square Alliance. Yeah, I don't really think Germany likes that. Wait, did Germany invade Iceland? Well, I guess Germany's invading Iceland now. Yeah, as Germany invades Iceland, again, if it hasn't already happened, I guess now Germany owns Iceland for some reason. Oh, they also own Greenland. Wait, I forgot to mention Greenland. They annexed Greenland a long time ago with the annexation of Denmark. So they probably are very giant. Yeah, they are. That's time to go back to China. As this new independent nation, the Myanmar country, is going to be immediately attacked by the Chinese. And this thing is so new that the Chinese are basically just going to walk in and, well, they are going to split the country in half within the first few days. That's how weak this thing is because it literally just formed. And, well, the Chinese are going to storm through, and eventually this thing is going to surrender. And China fully annexes this country. That's something. Yeah, it really is something. But China is feeling pressured to join an alliance. But they don't care. They're just going to form their own alliance for some reason. And guess who's going to join this alliance? These two Indian countries are going to join the Diamond Alliance. And this one's going to join the Circles. And this one's going to join the Squares. Yeah. And well, Siberian nations. Both of these nations are going to be joining the Diamond Alliance. Yeah, that's something. But kind of like, just say something. Just say something about the Triangle Alliance. They are very friendly with the world. They invite anybody into this alliance. So, well, this country's going to join, and also this country is. Time to go back to Mexico and their situation. As Mexico is going back into the Civil War, as more U.S. states start breaking away, or just a giant rebellion thing's just gonna break away in order to just not be Mexican. And well, also the Yucatan Peninsula area is gonna break away. And well, Mexico is just gonna let these areas break away so they don't have to fight. And they basically let these regions go. But this proves the Mexican government is so weak that a rebellion happens in the capital. And the government is overthrown. And this government is actually capable of occupying that empire. And this thing is also going to be collapsing. And these are the areas that, well, it's basically just splits. And we're going to see more areas of German Canada break away. As two groups, this group here and this group here are going to break away. So the rest of German Canada looks roughly something like this. And also this thing. Yeah. And well, there's some stuff happening in the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire, seeing the chance, is going to go invading Italian countries. As they will be going ahead and declaring war on all of these countries here. That is something. Yeah. Oh, and also the Ottomans included that. That's a pretty big invasion. As the Ottomans make their landing in this Italian country and start the invasions of all of them. And the Germans are going to give sanctions for this, but they aren't going to stop it. So they are just going to be invading all of them. Yeah. And the Ottomans basically just annex the entire thing. And the Germans do not like this at all. So they are going to go ahead and go around the world to pressure certain countries in order to join their alliance, specifically around the Ottomans. So this country is going to be pressured to joining them, and so is this one. And well, as you can see, the Ottomans are pretty much surrounded, so they can't go anywhere. But well, think countries are going to join alliances here. Like the Diamond Alliance is going to be getting more popular as it gets these two countries in it. But the Triangle Alliance is going to, wait, the Spanish still control this though. Not anymore because it declares independence. Yeah. And well, the Triangle Alliance is also going to be expanding across a bunch of these new nations over in the Americas. As well, they believe that the Germans should not be here. So pretty much all these new nations are actually going to be joining up with the Triangle Alliance in the Americas, as they believe that they shouldn't be here, and maybe one day these areas could unite into one giant super nation. And now there's alliances everywhere. Yeah, Japan's still in the Circle Alliance. And these new African nations, a lot of them are going to be pressured to joining the Chinese alliance. And all of them are going to join the Chinese alliance, having a common enemy of the Germans. But also kind of being happy at them at the same time for, well, making them exist. And these guys are going to be joining the Diamond Alliance. And that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Alternate History of the World. See you in the next episode and bye!